You are listening to Comedy Club for Kids presents Radio Nonsense, Radio Nonsense, Radio Nonsense, Radio Nonsense, Radio Nonsense. Guten Tag, humans and non-humans. Thank you for that opening line. Unclassified, age 12. Have we got any humans or non-humans in today? No, that's one. We haven't got any. We haven't got any humans or non-humans.
No, we've got loads of humans. Hello.
There's loads. Oh, there's one loads of humans. Have we any?
I think I'm a human.
Not sure. That's okay. Not sure. What about you?
I'm like halfway in between human and not human.
I thought you
like
were
a Newman.
grapefruit.
Like Newman? Would we say that's a Newman
Yeah,
or a
Newman.
humanon?
Humanon.
A humanon.
That
We've got one
works.
humanon, one non-sure, and one loads of humans.
Hang on, you're brother and sister. You've got to be the same thing. You're related. Doesn't work.
No, it doesn't.
Well, who knows? There's a
One of
good tag to you, whatever you are. Of course, it's Radio Nonsense, the official Comedy Club for Kids podcast, made especially for everyone human or non-human from 6 to 99 years old. Yes, that's right. All 100-year-olds, even non-human ones, need to get out now. Oh, but I'm an ancient rare tortoise. No one cares. This is not for you. Go away. Quicker than that. Hurry up, loser. Stop looking so sad. Oh, wait, that's your ancient tortoise face. My apologies, everyone else. What I meant to say was that this is episode 6, the last in this season. My name is Tiernan, which is also a spell that when said 3 times in the mirror makes you fart. And today is a very special show, as I have not 1, not 2, not 4, not 5, not 700, but 3 special guests. And one of those 3 is professional pig whisperer Ed Petrie.
Hello.
How are you?
Just finished a massive bout of pig whispering.
Have you?
Yeah.
How many, what do we call massive?
Massive? Oh, about 100 pigs.
100
roughly.
pigs of
Yeah.
varying sizes?
Yeah, I was quite mean to them this time.
What were you whispering to
I was
them?
just saying, oh, you're not muddy enough to be a pig. Call yourself a pig. Call yourself a pig, you're nothing.
Oh, wow. And how does that help? Does it do anything for them? Or
It makes the bacon more salty.
does it? Is that what happens? So if they feel just like they weren't good enough,
Yep.
wow, the bacon's more salty?
Yeah.
And do you do it for different, because obviously that's for sort of bacon pigs. What about like racing pigs? Do you do any sort of other types of pig whispering for any different types of
Yeah,
pigs?
again, just really mean to the pig.
Are you always
All those
mean-
trotters, look at them. Rubbish. They
you-
look more like feet than trotters.
Are you ever nice to any pigs?
No, never be nice to a pig. Is my life motto.
Is it? Is that's that you've got on your pig whispering card? And
I've got it tattooed.
have you?
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm not showing you where it is.
Okay, yeah, please don't. That's it's a family podcast. Obviously, this is an audio show. Ed, something we ask all our guests. Do you have a favourite noise that you would like our listeners to hear?
Oh, yes. It's the noise of someone pretending to be happy.
Oh, can you please demonstrate that for us?
Well, it's, when they get a bit of news or they're given a present and they don't like the present or they're a bit upset about the news, but they're trying to pretend they're not, so they go, like that. I love that
That's
noise.
a very good noise.
Everyone's got a slight variation, but it's generally the same kind of noise. Just thought you might like this vase. Oh, it's lovely.
It's a very good noise, and it does, yeah. But as we all know, that's the noise of someone pretending to be happy. It never actually works.
No, they know. You know deep down they hate that vase.
But you've made the noise out of politeness.
Yes.
It's very important. Very
I
important.
love hearing that noise.
And I wanted to ask you just, just as we have you here today, obviously we've got listeners out there who have never whispered to pigs. Is there any tips, anything you specifically, obviously we know to say nothing nice, any other things that you can suggest?
Don't wear green.
Don't wear green, why, what happens?
Makes them very angry.
Does it?
Yeah.
And what happens?
Well, if you make a pig angry?
Yeah.
Just generally incredibly violent.
Good tips there. Well, there you go.
I've got so many scars.
Any budding young pig whisperers out there, don't wear green, always be rude. And I think those are very important tips. Indeed. Thank you, Ed. And the other 2 of the 3 joining me, as well as Ed Petrie, because I'm a poet, can't you see, are famous grocery artists, Sam and Mabel. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. How are you 2?
I'm very good, thank you.
I'm good. I've been making, those balloon horse dog things.
The balloon horse dog things. Yes, no, very famous. Yeah.
With intestines.
So they've got intestines, or you've been making them with intestines?
I've been making them with actual intestines.
Right, so you mean, so they've now got intestines inside the balloons, or you've been using intestines to make the balloons?
I've been using intestines to make the balloons.
And have those balloons also got intestines?
No, that's ridiculous.
Sure, no,
Yes,
you're
Tiernan,
absolutely
that'd be so
right.
silly.
It's
Yes.
well-known greengrocers' tricks.
Sure, you work together, obviously, in grocery art. And what sort of grocery art? We've heard about the balloon horse, dog, pig, animal, monkey, chicken intestines. What about you, Sampson? Any upcoming projects?
I have recently made the entire Mona Lisa out of ham.
Wow.
Yeah, it's
How long did that take you?
about 4 years.
Sure. Yeah, what happened to the? I mean,
Really mouldy by
I
now.
was going to say, what happened to the ham over that time?
Well, it's special ham that is sprayed
Is it
with
Parma ham, so it's salty?
yeah.
Is it? I thought special ham was spam. Is that not what spam stands for? Special ham.
Yeah.
And where's it? Is it being displayed anywhere?
Currently at the gallery of Orahamgari.
Orahamgari.
Yeah, it's like
It's very famous. I know. I think we've all heard of it. I think we're all
And
that
you have to pronounce it like that every time you're trying to go there or
Orahamgari.
ticket, yeah.
Yes, absolutely. Well, you must know
ticket
it
for
as well.
the museum of Hungary. That's what you have
Yes, yes. I mean, well, and also you must know it very well, Ed, because I'm guessing a lot of the art materials that have been there you've previously whispered to.
Yes. Well, I'm very proud of my work, actually. I walk around there thinking I'm responsible for a good 40% of this.
Well, there you go. See, I don't know if Sampson, maybe did you know that Ed would be here? I'm obviously providing you with such materials to do your work. You must be pretty grateful.
yeah, it's very
Yeah.
good. You've provided some very very large pieces of ham. Not sure how you got them that big, but best
well.
not ask questions.
Yeah, that's another one of my little tricks. I'm not going to give that one away.
It's very well, excellent that you're here. Now, obviously, as we said to Ed, it's an audio podcast. Mabel, do you have any favourite noises that you'd like the listeners to hear?
Mine is.
Wow, that was incredible. What was that?
So basically, you know when your parents want you to wake up in the morning because it's Monday and you need to go to school, and they want to wake you up, but you don't want to wake up. So you're in bed like, please don't wake me up, please don't wake me up. And then you hear their alarm go off.
And Sampson, do you have a favourite noise?
So it's twang.
Oh, I didn't expect the twang. What was that?
So that's throwing a whistle off Alfred's seat, which is Arthur's seat in Edinburgh, but his little brother. Throw a whistle off and it lands on a trampoline and you catch it again.
That's amazing. And is that sound heard often?
No, it took me a long time to hit the trampoline. It was
Wow.
quite demeaning.
It's quite demeaning, but you've done it now. You must feel pretty
Yes,
good.
it was very satisfying.
Excellent.
So many whistles. I never want to hear a whistle again.
This is, but I congratulate you. You two have achieved so many quite incredible things in what is a relatively short career. Look, now, obviously, we have quite the age range in the studio today, but no one over 100 years old. How are you still leaving ancient tortoise? Just get out. Look, we need to make sure this show is completely appropriate for everyone else from ages 6 to 99. So I just need to check, what rude words will you not be saying on today's show, Sam?
I will definitely not be saying waning gibbous.
Ah, thank goodness,
So,
because that is absolutely banned from the show. That
Yeah,
word, that
waning
is.
gibbous is completely a horrible word. It's
Awful.
the worst phase of moon. So if any of you see me trying to say waning gibbous, just shout at me, waxing crescent,
Yeah.
or new moon.
Those are both very good ways to censor it out,
Yes.
actually. Yeah, and I thank you for not saying it. The thought of it makes me feel a bit sick.
I heard
inside.
it once and I couldn't stop crying for about 2 days.
Yeah, yes, that is what
Awful.
happens. That is what happens. It's horrific, absolutely horrific. Mabel, any rude words you definitely won't be saying?
I will not be saying giraffe bottom, and helpfully you've put a giraffe bottom like next to me.
That's not very nice.
Hey, that's
How dare you?
That's the resident studio giraffe bottom. We need it in order to fumigate the room with giraffe farts so that everyone gets in the right mood for a podcast. But I understand, obviously.
So I definitely won't be saying giraffe bottom. Thank you for reminding me that there's not giraffe. That I can't say that.
I thought you were saying that I was one of those things that I won't name. So, no offence taken.
Yeah, I mean, it's also you are wearing a T-shirt that says "I'm a big giraffe bottom."
Yeah, well, I always wear that. You knew that before you had me on here.
Well, I know, but that's why it can get confusing.
The pigs love it.
Well, I'm sure they do, and I'm not going to question your techniques. Ed, of course, any rude words you definitely won't be saying today?
Oh, well, it goes without saying that I won't be saying Mark Stovold.
Mark Stovold? Oh,
Yeah, he was the naughtiest boy in my class at school.
Well, please don't mention his name. I mean,
No,
awful.
I would never say Mark Stovold.
No, please
ironically, he was also one of the most intelligent boys in the class.
Really?
So there you go, kids.
What a waste.
Be really naughty at school, and then you'll pass all your exams.
Wow. Yeah, well, not having him in this studio, awful.
So
Definitely
we're
no
not-
Mark Stovold. And, it's
So
gone.
we can't say Giraffe Bottom, Wayne and Gibbous, or Mark
Stovold, none of those
Stovold,
things will be
yeah.
said. And
No.
also, I've been trying all podcast season not to use any rude words whatsoever. I've been a very good boy. And today, this is going to be very tough for me. But I'm definitely not going to say trouser typhoons. I promise I'm not going to say trouser typhoons even once. I'm probably not going to say trouser typhoons even twice. So I think between all of us, we should definitely not say Mark Stovold, Giraffe Bottom, trouser typhoons, or Waning Gibbons. We should be absolutely fine. Now, as well as the pig whisperers and grocery artists on here today, the other important people on the show is you people, the listening people, as you have sent in suggestions for things for us to talk about and questions that need answering, as well as self-written jokes you want us to read out and opening and closing line suggestions. This is the last in the run of episodes, but if you want to send in any ideas for our next season later in the year, you can do that by asking an old, withered, tired version of yourself, a grown-up, to email us your ideas at podcast@comedyclubforkids.co.uk.
Peanut butter as we know it today was invented in 1890.
First up, we have a really clever question. You guys are going to be amazed by this. This is a very clever question. This is from Erin, age 6. Oh, this is clever. It requires a lot of discussion. I think we're going to spend quite some time on this. I'm worried we're not going to have time for the others, I'll be honest. Are you ready? Okay, here it is. What would you buy at the shop, Ed?
I'd buy the shop.
Wow! What?
Yeah.
No!
Wow.
I'd like.
Yeah,
imagine.
absolutely.
My mind is blown.
I'd
This
love
is
to
why
walk
he's
into
a pig
shop.
whisperer.
Yeah, I'd say I'll have the shop, please.
You don't even know what's in it.
Yeah,
You don't even know what type of shop it is.
could be any shop. I don't care.
You just want it.
Yeah,
What would
walk
you
in
do
there,
with it?
big bag of money. Hello. I'll have the shop, please. What? All the things in the shop? No, the shop. Everything. You've got 5 minutes to decide.
What happens at the end of the 5 minutes?
Well, they just decide whether they're going to sell you the shop or not, and then you give them the money, and then you go, get out of my shop.
Whoa.
You throw them out. But this is my life's work. Get out of my shop. And then you put a sign up saying banned from the shop. The people who owned it previously.
That's
They're
amazing.
not allowed in.
That's-
My shop now.
And what would you do? Would you do anything with the shop, or would you just make a point of not letting those people in your shop?
Burn it down in front of them. This was your shop. Look at it now.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's
Great, wouldn't it?
It is pretty great. I mean, and I think that's. I didn't expect such tactics. So I mean, that's very impressive. You have a whole shop of things that you might actually need or want, but you'd prefer to get the shop and then burn it down,
Yes.
just so someone else can't have that shop.
It could be full of great things that I'd really, really want, but it would give them satisfaction, though, wouldn't it? Seeing you take it home and enjoying the things that they spent so long putting in their shop.
Yes,
Much better
yes.
to burn it to the
Especially if
ground.
it's a craft. Especially if it's a shop where they've actually built all the stuff themselves.
Yeah, and they paid for it, but you can just take it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's great.
That's a really smart idea. What about you two? Have you any? What would you? I mean, do you like this idea? Would you prefer to buy this shop, or is there something at the shop that you would like to buy?
I would like to buy a radioactive surfing monkey.
Sure. And what for?
Surfing.
Yeah, no, I mean that makes sense. Yeah, but the monkey's already surfing, isn't it? If it's a radioactive surfing monkey, it's already surfing.
No, you have to tell them to surf, and if they win the arm wrestle, then they have to do surfing
Sure.
forever
You're
on a
gonna-
pig's bladder.
You'd arm wrestle a radioactive monkey?
Yes.
I would not do that.
But if you win the arm wrestle, then they get to poo on your head.
Right. And then you've got radioactive poo on your head.
Yeah.
Does that melt your face?
No, it's just good for gardening.
Is it? So have you got to rub your head in the garden?
Yeah.
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 That's not very nice. And then you end up with a soil-covered face and probably a worm in your nose.
Well, you can always make your brother do it for you.
That is very fair. Is that something you've had to do before?
Yeah, she's lost quite a few arm wrestles now, and
Mwah.
you know.
Ha, ha, ha.
I mean, does that mean, would you intervene in the purchasing of a radioactive surfing monkey just so that you don't end up rubbing your face in soil around a garden?
Absolutely. I mean, she's been a bit worse at arm wrestles recently. Probably deliberately, so I have to rub my head in a garden.
No. Why would you ever say that, Sam? Sorry.
I can't believe you have to live with this person.
And it's
No,
it's got to be pretty difficult.
Yeah.
That's what siblings are for.
Yeah, fair point.
But I guess also art. It's how you make your art, isn't it?
Yes.
Through the hatred of each other.
Inspired by
Yeah.
Mabel's annoyingness.
Yes, I understand.
yeah,
And what about you? Do you know what you get at the shop? Or?
So I'd buy a pine cone because they're like just really cool, and
Yeah.
like, they've got like 8 Fibonacci on the bottom. It's great.
Fibber what?
It's Fibonacci.
Is that the
you know,
person that made it? Is that their signature?
Yeah,
Yeah.
basically.
Like their sort of graph tag.
Yeah, it's like little spirals.
Right, okay. And they just
Yeah.
kind of sign that there after they make each individual pine cone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I
And what
say
do
this is quite a contrast between the two items they would choose from the shop?
Yeah.
Pine cone and a radioactive surfing monkey.
Yes, it is. But you can see this is why they work together so well as as a team of grocery artists.
Yeah.
Because you have this kind of really high octane radioactive surfing monkey energy and pine cone
Pine
energy.
cone will do me.
Now, just to give you some inspiration, just in case, I know those are obviously your first answers, and I fully accept them as probably things that you've always wanted to buy at the shop, probably for most of your life. But there are lots of different types of shop out there. There's an antique shop, a baker shop, a barber shop, a betting shop, a bookmaker, a book shop, a boutique, a butcher, a chain, a charity shop, a chemist, a cleaner, confectioner, convenience store, corner shop, counter shop, delicatessen, department store, draper, estate agent, factory shop, fishmonger, florist, garden centre, greengrocer, grocer, hairdresser, hardware, health food, high street, hypermarket, ironmonger, kiosk, laundrette, mall, market, newsagent, off-licence, optician, outlet, pharmacy, salon, shopping mall, stall, stationer, store, supermarket, superstore, tobacconist, and a travel agency. Thank you.
Spontaneous round of applause.
Thank you. I thought all of those up instantly from my brain. Does that change your mind, any of you?
No. Because you could get a radioactive monkey from all of them.
Can you? Right.
Yeah,
I was
Samson?
thinking more for the salon because they're very famous for their. Because quite commonly, people who work in salons are also pinecone merchants.
Are they?
Yeah, it's really weird.
Oh,
Why is that?
you can't get it from the Badger store
Sure.
ever.
Sure, well, that makes sense. Badgers and pinecones is a decade-old rivalry there that's happened ever since the pinecones sort of infiltrated badger territory, and badgers tried to sit down, sat on a pinecone. A lot of pain. Yeah, it's I can understand that. I'm curious about this salon pinecone collaboration.
They act quite well as brushes. Like you can fill them with paint and stuff.
Oh, like so when people are having their hair done, you can fill a pinecone with paint and cover their head in paint.
Yeah. Have you never been to a salon, Tiernan?
I have. I must. Can you not see from my wild and crazy hair that I've never been to a salon?
Oh, right. Oh, yes. Pine
How
cones left,
Mum
right, and
dyes her
centre.
hair.
Yeah, pine cone. Cover
Yeah.
them in honey and then you use them to wax your legs.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay, I see. Is that what you do? So how many pine cones do you have at home, Ed?
Me?
Yeah.
Well, in each room.
Yeah.
I mean, you've got to have a big cardboard box full in each corner, haven't you?
Right.
You never know when you're going to need it.
And I mean,
What if my mum comes around and she needs to wax her legs?
sure. Then you've got to have a couple of pine. Is it one for each leg,
How
or can
long
you
are
use?
her legs?
Pretty long. Look at mine. Look at it. Look at that.
Yeah,
Look how
that's
long mine is.
extremely long. Actually, we've had to have an extra bit of this room added to this room just for Ed's legs. It's which cost a lot. I'll be honest, it was a lot of work.
Oh, don't worry. I'll waive the fee.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, well, I mean, but we've already paid the fee, so it's sort of
Yeah, I'm just going to wave it in your face and then run away.
yeah. I don't find that very comforting. I'll be honest. We've still paid the fee.
Yeah.
It's still,
I've got your money. Bye.
I mean, this is all, just burning down shops and
Yeah.
aggravating pigs.
You've
and
just built an unnecessary leg extension.
I mean, this is quite horrible, really. I mean, we've got artists here, and this is the sort of
I'm a terrible man.
behaviour we get. It's pretty upsetting. Good. Well, thank you, everyone. And Erin, that's what they want from the shop. So I hope you'll be delivering everything we've asked for within the next 30 minutes, or we get it for free, and we'll be sending a complaint to your manager. Our next question comes from Emily, aged 7, I believe, unless she's lying, who asks how... Well, this is...
What if
again,
she's 100 secretly?
well, I'm worried about this, and every single week I worry, what if there's 100-year-olds just saying, I know, I'll pretend to be 7. Stop it! But you can normally tell because they normally write 7 and then in brackets, I'm secretly 100.
You get so angry about the 100-year-olds.
Mate. This show's for 6 to 99-year-olds.
Yeah, I know. Oh, God, I can see
Yeah, because
your eyes are
they,
starting to
like,
get red.
they've had 100 years of listening to stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't need this. They've got other things to listen
You
to.
don't have to
Like,
be quite so mean to them, though, do you? I know this podcast isn't for them, but...
what would you say to a 100-year-old pig?
Oh, well, that's different.
Is
well,
it?
For a start, I'd say, what are you doing? Your lifespan's only about 15 years. You're a disgrace to your species.
Wow. You said, well, there you go. This is
That's how you feel about 100-year-old humans.
Well, 100-year-old anything.
Yeah.
If you give me a 100-year-old sock, I'd be like, get out! It's not for you! Stupid sock.
I'd be quite happy with an 100-year-old sock.
Would you? Well, this is already... I mean, I invite you into the Radio Nonsense studio to record this podcast, and already we've got 100-year-old sympathies coming from Ed. We've got Mabel enjoying a 100-year-old sock. Samson, have you got any 100-year-old confessions that you need to tell us now?
No, I think they should all just go and play Scrabble.
Yes, exactly.
Yes,
That's exactly
they
my
should.
sentiment. And write really stupid old words like knights or something. Yeah, just go do that. Stop listening to the show.
Actually, that is a note with a K at the beginning. Yeah, that you don't even need.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
don't even need that K.
That's
in
exactly
front
what
of that.
100-year-olds do.
Oh, you're right, actually.
They just add K's into
Why?
things.
Oh, I hate them.
Yeah, knife. Stop it. Yeah.
Why?
Well, look, speaking of old stuff, though, and I'm all right with discussing this is older than 100 years, so that's fine with me. I've got a very specific margin of anger and hate. This is from Emily, possibly age 7. If she's aged 100, I'm going to just delete this and set fire to it. If she's age 7, she has asked, how do people know that the dinosaurs were called dinosaurs when there was no one alive to ask them what they were called? Samson.
It's time travel. Historians have invented time travel.
Right.
That's it. Yeah.
That was it? And how did they do? What did they have to do?
So basically, they get an artifact from the thing, and they put it in a blender. Take it, they drink it, and then they snap their fingers 50 times, and they go to that time period.
Let's do that now.
Oh, I lost count. It's more difficult, it seems, actually.
It's really hard. Also, I'm worried the only artifact I've had is some water that's from now. So I think I'm just going to...
And it wasn't in the blender either.
I've stayed here, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not... have you managed it, Samson? Have you done it before?
No, but I know people who have.
Right.
And, yeah, they've been in quite a pickle.
But why have they been in quite a pickle? What's happened?
Well, they went to ancient Spain when they were 4.
Right.
And they came back and there were 100.
Oh, wow. That would be awful, wouldn't it?
Well, they wouldn't get on this podcast.
Well, exactly. I mean,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
exactly it. Can you imagine being 4 and you're like, hooray, I can just like poo in the hallway and no one cares. And then all of a sudden you're like, oh, no, I'm 100 and I have to just play Scrabble and listen to like shows about, I don't know, knitting needles or spiders.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be awful. That sounds rubbish.
This is very sneaky of the historians to have discovered this technology but not told us, because now they make it look like they've done loads of hard work when actually all they've done is go on holiday for a bit.
Yeah.
And come back and tell you
how
about
do
it.
you ask a dinosaur its name? I mean, this is something you whisper to pigs. I'm just wondering, is there?
Yeah,
can
yeah.
you imagine there's a similar technique for dinosaurs?
Well, if you look at an animal the right way, it will always tell you its name.
what's the right way to look at an animal?
Bit like this.
Right, just slightly head tilted.
Yeah.
Slightly eyes, rolled eyes.
It's very hard to do. That's kind of the look I'm going for. So, constipated otters are very good at getting animals to tell them their names as well. But yeah,
So-
you look at a dog like that, and the dog goes, "I'm a dog."
Right. But how do you get the name of a constipated otter?
Oh, good point, actually.
Call it Ed.
Do you? Wow.
I'm not a constipated otter.
Well, no, she's not saying that you're a constipated otter. It might just be that it's coincidence.
Then you're a giraffe's bottom.
Yeah,
What? Mabel!
Mabel!
No!
You can't say
Unbelievable! Unbelievable.
Oh.
This is I'm going to have to delete everything.
This
ever.
will obviously not make it to
everything
air.
that's ever
New
happened.
moon.
Nothing's
New
going to
moon.
make it to air. It's going to
New
be
moon.
sealed underground in a bunker and then filled with sand. I've been looking up. There are some very weird named dinosaurs out there, and I thought you might like to hear about these, maybe discuss them. And here are some of the weirdest named dinosaurs. There is the Antotitan, which means giant duck. And then here's some of my favourites. The Irritator. And that was named by a paleontologist who got really annoyed when naming it. And the Gaseosaurus, which it was... Actually, I'd love to believe that it's because it farted its way around prehistoric times, but it's because it was discovered by Chinese gas plant workers. So there you go. Did you know any of those ones before? Or?
No, I love that. Was it the Irritator?
Irritator. And apparently it was named by a paleontologist who had spent ages chipping away at plaster that had been put on its skull by an amateur that had wrongly done it. So he got really annoyed. So he went, this is the irritator. And now that dinosaur forever might not have been annoying. It might have been a really chilled dinosaur. But
I do love the idea of a dinosaur that just irritates its prey to death.
yes.
Keeps spoiling the end of TV series for them. They all die at the end. Oh, go away! You just get so annoyed.
Not touching, can't get mad. Not touching, can't get mad, but with like really tiny hands. They
Yeah.
can't quite reach your face.
Singing Baby Shark over and over again.
No, I
Yeah.
hate that song.
But did they have sharks back then?
Yeah, but like
I
they're
think they
massive
did
ones,
actually.
weren't they? Yeah.
Yes, sharks and crocodiles.
Oh, just
Living dinosaurs.
Well, the
really
sharks like
old.
were huge, weren't they? Like I can't remember what they're called now, but they were just big. They're called big sharkosauruses, and they had like they were massive. They were probably like the size of a bus, and they just huge. Yeah.
Everything was unnecessarily big back then, wasn't it?
Yes. Even like paper clips, massive.
Yeah.
Fleas,
Which really
huge.
annoyed the paper clips used to really annoy the Tyrannosaurus Rex because it's tiny hands.
Yes, it was very hard for them to do any admin actually.
Yeah.
Very hard. Which is also why they didn't just write their names on bits of paper, or make
Lanyards.
little name badges. None of them had name badges because it's very hard to do with
they
such
could tell
translation.
time-traveling historians
Couldn't
the
hold a
names
pencil.
in Latin.
Well, that's it. Couldn't hold a pen, so had to just shout things in Latin.
Yeah.
It became quite tricky for them actually. You can sort of see why they died out.
Yeah.
I think. Well, that was probably largely because they couldn't really sort of, pay any bills. They couldn't sign anything.
Yeah.
Kind of keep themselves going. Yes, well, good. So look, that's why dinosaurs, that's how people know that dinosaurs were called dinosaurs, even though there was no one alive to ask them what they were called. If you could name a dinosaur, what would you call it, Sampson?
Oh, Jeff.
Good name.
Just needs
Good.
to be
Jeffosaurus or just straight up Jeff?
It would have
Jeffrey, maybe.
it would have to be Jeffrey-ius because it's Latin.
Well, but not if you're changing the game. If I'm offering you the chance to just name a dinosaur,
Yeah,
just going straight up Jeff.
Jeff.
Any particular features that you'd like it to have?
Big tail.
Fair.
Be
Fair.
good.
Yeah, good call. Mabel, what would you call any names for a dinosaur? Any particular favourite names?
I would probably call it Sandra.
Good name. Very good name. Any particular dinosaur features that you'd like it to have?
I would want it to have tiny wings so they can't use it, but it's just there, like a flamingo.
But it would also look like it'd done fancy dress as a fairy or something, wouldn't it? They'd be quite nice.
No.
No, they're not sort of nice wings.
No.
If it's called Sandra, I think it should have a perm as well.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
It would have
Yes.
a perm, a massive one, and it would be like 60s?
Yeah.
60s.
60-year-old. 60-year.
No, like 60s
65 million
style.
years.
It's like
Oh, like a big beehive perm.
Oh, sure. Right, so 60, but that would be like sort of the, I don't know, what, 8 million in 60s? BC? AD?
yeah,
One of them,
yes.
1, 2, 3, ABC?
exactly
Yes,
that.
yes.
65 million years ago, dinosaurs existed?
Yeah, I'm sure some of them were around a couple of years ago, though. I'm pretty sure I've seen some on the tube.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure of it. Ed, any
might have
dinosaurs,
just,
any
like-
names that you'd like to give a dinosaur?
I'd like to call a dinosaur. Ooh, that's a big one.
Wow.
That'd be a good name to see in the museum, I think.
It would be, wouldn't it? Oh, it's a big one. And
Yeah.
would you like it for a big dinosaur or a very small dinosaur?
Actually, just to annoy people, a really small one. Loads of confused children going, but it's not a big one. Just learn the name. That's the name of the dinosaur. You'll fail your exam if you get it wrong.
That would be brilliant. And how would it capture its prey, being so small?
I really like this irritating route. Just irritation.
Just
Yeah.
absolutely bugging people. If it's that small, you'd probably like poke them in the ear or something,
Yep.
bite their ankles.
Yep. Get inside a pie and eat the contents. So when you open the pie, there's nothing inside.
Oh, that's really mean.
I know, annoying, isn't it?
That is so annoying.
Irritating.
Oh, goodness. Oh, it's a big one, you annoying dinosaur. Well, I'm glad they didn't exist. Or maybe they did. I mean, I've often opened pies and there's been nothing inside.
Yeah.
But then
That's 'cause
also...
I went around and sucked it out. Of the
Oh, is
straw.
it? Was it you? Hey, it's burning down shops and ruining pies.
I know. Everyone thought I was such a nice man.
You are such a constant blight on society. This is awful. Awful.
I might train to be a scientist so I can name dinosaurs, just so I can give them the names we come up with.
Now, obviously, it is the time of the show where we hear some of your jokes that you've sent in. You are listening to the Comedy Club for Kids podcast, but we also do shows and run workshops teaching you how to do stand-up comedy if you'd like to give it a go. And you can find out where we do those near you at comedyclub4kids.co.uk. And you can also ask one of those withered, grumpy children, grown-ups, to get you a copy of our How to Be an Unstoppable Comedy Genius book from our website for just £7 of their coins. For this show, though, if you've got any of your own gags that you've definitely written yourself and not been told by a wise owl or read from a bus timetable, and you would like myself and the guests to read them out, please send them in, as well as any suggestions for topics, questions, or opening and closing lines, and we'll send you a copy of our book for free. Sampson, you've got the joke there from, I believe, Amaya. I've probably said that wrong. Sorry, Amaya. And she is aged 8. And can you tell us what her joke is?
What do you call the capital of Scotland in the snow?
I don't know. What do you call the capital of Scotland in the snow?
Edinburgh.
Whoa! Because,
Yeah.
shivery cold.
Yeah.
That is very good.
It works.
That is very good. It's very clever with the word plays there, Amaya. Very well done. Thank you very much.
You could put that in a cracker and everything.
No, don't put it in a cracker. That instantly makes it a bad joke.
Is that what happened? You could put a really good joke into a cracker and instantly it's just soured.
Just deteriorates.
Well, that is so. Well, Amaya, keep your jokes out of crackers. That's what I would advise. And Ed, you got another joke sent in by Rufus?
Yes, Rufus, aged 4.
Wow. Go for it.
4 years old and he's writing jokes already. Here we go. Why did the man cross the road?
I don't know. Why did the man cross the road?
People are allowed to cross the roads.
It's a very...
I love that.
It's good. It's really good. Yeah.
Oh, this is that's funnier than most of the jokes I've written.
It's really
Rufus,
very good.
I love that.
Well done, Rufus.
He's going to beat all of us.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, no, I'm going to be out of my job in, 2 years.
Not as a grocery artist, though. You still always have that to fall back on and your radioactive surfing monkeys.
I can always invite you pig whispering. Don't worry about it.
Well, there you go. There you go. You see, this is why I bring people together. Thank you so much to Amaya and to Rufus. Those were so funny that they caused us all to make several trouser typhoons. Oh, no, I'm so sorry. I've done it again. Sorry. Those were brilliant.
Oh, my ears are bleeding now.
Sorry, that is disgusting. That is... You're fiddling with them. That's not to do with the jokes.
Oh, just don't say that word.
I'm sorry, I will
So
never say
bad.
it again. Those are brilliantly, excellently funny gags. And if any of you have any jokes that you've definitely made up all by yourself and would like them to be read out on the show so that we can all get the giggles, please send them to podcast@comedyclubforkids.co.uk with your parent or carer's permission. We have got one final important question. This is very important. This has been sent in by Matty, who is age 3. And at 3, I mean, the mind is just huge, full of so many questions about the world and how it works. And this is a question I believe we all want to know, actually. I think Matty's asking this for the people. And she would like to know, I hope you guys are ready for this. I'm worried that you're not. I'm worried this might be a bit difficult for you, and I apologise if this is uncomfortable. But we've got to do it for the people. Okay. Matty asks, what is grapes?
Oh, that's
What
very-
is grapes?
That's a difficult
Grocery
one.
artists. I mean, you use grapes?
Well, fun fact, if you pickle a grape, it's actually an olive.
What?
Yeah.
No way.
Why? But I've got a question that's leading from that. Why is a grapefruit called a grapefruit? Because it's not an actual grapefruit. It's not. There's no grapes in it. But if there was grapes,
But what is grapes?
what
is grape?
What is grapes? What is it?
So you're saying olives in disguise?
Yeah.
What is olives?
In order to unlock their full potential, you need to pickle them.
Right.
I think it's friendly grapefruits.
So friendly grapefruits are grapes.
Yeah.
Angry grapefruits are grapefruits. Or
Yes.
unfriendly, dangerous grapes are grapefruits. Fully pickled grapes are olives.
Yes.
Unpickled grapes are
Grapes.
grapes.
I'm
What
confused
is
by the
grapes?
I'm confused by the question. Doesn't Massey mean what am grapes?
Yes, potentially, but she's only 3, so we can't criticise her for using the wrong terms. Because at 3, everything is what is, when it could be what am.
Okay.
You know, she hasn't understood She's only 3. Come on, give her a break. Come on.
Well, I'm just saying, get the grammar right. It's what am grapes, obviously.
Yes, all right.
Speak
all right.
English proper.
Yeah, I know, but it's just like 3.
Yeah,
If she
well-
was 100, it'd be like, oh, you're an idiot, get out! Stupid! But it's 3.
Yeah, well, I feel the same way about 3-year-olds as you feel about 100-year-olds.
Do you?
Yeah. Speak properly. Get it right. Speak properly. No!
It's very lucky.
Stop
this
being
show
3.
is-
Stop it.
This show is meant to be for 6 to 99-year-olds, specifically to sort of cut off the chaff at either end.
Yeah.
That is the
That's what
aim.
they are. Human chaff.
Human
Hurry up
chaff.
and be 4.
Learn what grapes are.
Yeah. You don't even know what am grapes.
But Ed, what am grapes? Or if I ask it properly, does that change it for you? What am grapes?
I mean, yeah. How do we explain to Matty? I don't know. Great. Let me see if I've got any in my bag. Here we go. There they are. This is them.
You've got grapes.
There you are. There you go. You can see these, can't you, Matty? Oh no, you can't because you're 3 and you can't see through a podcast.
Oh, it's so stupid.
Stupid! Can't see it through a podcast yet, Matty.
So stupid because, like we all know, as soon as she's 6, she'll be able to see through a podcast.
Yeah,
We
and
can
see
all
what
do it.
I'm holding here, which
Yeah.
am grapes.
Which am grapes, but we still don't know what am. Like you're holding them there. I can't tell you what they are. Am what they am.
Well, I thought
I think that they're little beans, but they're frozen, so now they're grapes, and then you can pickle them, and then they're olives, and then you can bake them, and that means they're prunes. And when you unbake them, that means they're raisins.
Right, and also I heard that if you chill them correctly, they can be eyes.
And when they're angry, they're grapefruits.
Right.
very
Sure.
hard to pin down what they are actually.
It's very hard to pin down what they are, isn't it? And I mean, I've also heard that if you attach tiny wheels, then it's a car for ants.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah, is that also true?
that is true.
That is true.
And they also makes really bad tiny helium balloons.
Yes, yes.
Yes.
So what they are.
They always fall on the floor. It's so annoying.
Yeah. Happy
Really
birthday! Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Let's get back to the original question. Any final answers on this? What in fact, I want some one-word answers from you, Mabel. What am grapes?
They're...
That's your one word. Thank you, Sampson. One-word answer. What am grapes?
Property.
Woo, Ed. Hang on. If you bought a grape, would you burn it?
Yeah, in front of a bunch of grapes.
Oh my goodness!
Ah!
It's all kicked off.
Don't like that, do you?
It's
Grapes.
like eating bacon in front of pigs.
I know.
Which is
Do
what
it
you do,
anyway.
isn't it? That's one
Do
of
it
your.
anyway.
Yeah, that's one of your.
Such a
So you do on a
giraffe
training
bottom.
weekend, isn't it?
This was in a bunch of you, not now. Look at that. Ah.
So cruel. Right, well, there you go. There you go, Matty. What am grapes? They are property that Ed would set fire to. And there. So I hope that answers your question. But you're only 3. You probably don't know, do you, idiot? So thank you to everyone who sent in jokes and suggestions this week. Matty, Amaya, Rufus, Erin, and Emily, and Josie too. And before we go, Sam and Mabel, anything that is kid-friendly that you would like to plug?
Remember to wash your hands.
Good point. Excellent. Ed, are you doing anything that children can,
I'd like to plug
Point at.
plugs. Make sure you put them in the bath, otherwise all the water comes out.
That's a very good point.
I'd also like to plug myself. Watch me on the television. And actually, go watch my new Ed and Outro videos, which are going to be on YouTube in September.
Do that, definitely
Yeah,
do that.
Ed and Outro, go and look for it. It is on YouTube. You know, the YouTube children.
Not the Me
It's
Too.
on that interweb.
Very different. Yes.
And if you
good.
want to see Ed, then watch Marrying Mum and Dad are all over the place.
Thanks, Mabel. I'll give you that £5 later.
Comedy Club for Kids does shows all over the UK and abroad with very many funny acts, including Ed and Sam and Mabel. We are at the Edinburgh Fringe Festival throughout August at the Assembly Roxy at 5:35 with different acts every single day. Plus, we've got loads more shows all over the place from September onwards. Do check out comedyclubforkids.co.uk to see when and where we're near you. And please don't forget to tell everyone you know about this podcast, except for any 100-year-olds who must stop listening right now, right this very second. Please, absolutely stop. Oh, you've nearly heard the whole show. Yeah, I don't care, right? You can't even hear this last little end bit. You've already heard 100 years of stuff.
Go
So, yeah,
away.
go away, 100-year-olds. You want to smell.
Go away.
Right, sorry, what I meant to say was please do ask your nearest tall humanoid to help you like, subscribe, and maybe even review this podcast and send in all your topics, questions, opening and closing lines, and self-written jokes to podcast@Comedy Club for Kids, and we will be back later in the year. Comedy Club for Kids presents Radio Nonsense. We'll be back later in the year with a new series, but first, a final thought from Josie, aged 11. I'm going to Banana Land now to see my friend Jeff the Elephant. Bye!
You have been listening to Comedy Club for Kids Presents.
Comedy Club for Kids Presents was recorded at the Acast studio with special guests Sampson and Mabel Read and Ed Petrie. Music by Paddy Jervis, designed by Cal Prendergast, and writing and hosted by me, Tiernan.
Radio nonsense, radio nonsense, radio nonsense. nonsense. It's the end.
Well done, everyone. I didn't say... there was a couple of rude words that slipped out, but I don't think any of you said... I definitely didn't say trouser typhoons. Not even... What? Oh, no!
Oh, don't be such a giraffe bottom like Ed is.
Mabel! Such a waning gibbous.
No, Sampson, no!
You called me a
Stop
waning gibbous.
Oh, you're useless. Next you'll be saying Mark Stovall.
No! Trouser typhoons everywhere.
No!